Welcome to Austin, Texas, one of our favorite stops on the tour. And today, Darrell K. Royal Stadium is packed and revved up, ready to make noise with the Texas Longhorns. And a rivalry like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, the tradition and the history, but right here, right now, there's great intensity. This is why these guys came to these schools to play in games like this. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Longhorns will kick this deep to get us going. And here's the return from inside the 5. Not much on return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense making their way on the field today. So here we go. All the energy, the passion, the emotion of the Aggies versus the Longhorns.
Why, this is a game that I think a lot of us have watched ever since we were kids. Just a game that used to be around Thanksgiving and a game all of us always look forward to watching. Can't wait to see what happens here today.
And it's caught on the crossing pattern. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Remember, last time they played, it was like an avalanche building. The Aggies pulled away and won big. The Longhorns and their fans have not forgotten that.
Now, that was really a mismatch, if you remember back to that football game. In every phase, the offensive line, the defensive backs, everybody played about as well as you could for A&M. We'll see how it turns out today.
They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Boy, when this back has room to run, he really can hurt you with his speed and ability to accelerate upfield to pick up a first down. Think about A&M backs over the years. They have been spoiled. Some great backs, most recently Devon Achane and Isaiah Spiller. But even going back, people forget Dante Hall when he wore that Texas A&M uniform.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about. Hold it. That stings for the offense. Penalty will cost him 10 yards. Second down after that previous play. They're going to run it here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is what I love to see from the defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Quick throw to his receiver. He's got it for a big gain. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. Offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on the opening drive from their own territory. Needs a completion here on 4th down. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Touchdown, Longhorns. And the defense adds 6 with the interception return.
Boy, that's a 14-point swing on the opening drive. Instead of worrying about giving up points, not only did they come up with this interception, but to take it into the end zone, they're an extra point away from really giving their offense an edge.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And it's incomplete that time, just out of reach of the receiver. Rivalry born in 1894, Kirk, but all the twists and turns, the different conferences since then, so much has changed, but the Aggies and the Longhorns always seem to deliver.
Well, it's just so much fun to be able to see these teams playing and hopefully playing every year for many, many years to come because it's one of the great rivalries in the sport.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Can he get there on the ground? Fights off a defender. tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Snags the quick throw. Stopped at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down. This Texas A&M offense is moving quickly down the field. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. First down, looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. And completion makes it 2nd and short. Looking to throw yet again. That ball is snagged for a completion. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points. Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Caught over the middle. It's Owens. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Looking to throw. It's Reed. Caught near the goal line. And he will score. Touchdown, A&M.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Bringing it out. It's Wilson. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. The Longhorns offense gets their first crack now. For Leach defense, Kirk, relying on an elite corner as they try to shut down the passing games. Both guys have skills, and they have the swag to go with it.
Yeah, Chris, I think that's the point is yeah, they have the skills, they have the size, the speed, but I think it's the instincts, just a natural ability to find the football and be able to come up with plays that help their defense get the ball back to their own offense that really separate these two.
Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. The Longhorns come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Brings up 2nd down. And some big plays through the air have been a big part of the story so far. These receivers have shown up today. After a promising start, we hope that both these teams will just continue with more of this action. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Longhorns will have to kick it away. Punter comes out for the first time today, looking to pin him back. And the punt heads out of bounds, taking the dangerous returner out of play here. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. Ball handed off. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has. First down here for this offense. Dropping back, it's Reed. The short completion to the tight end. Finding space at the 20. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Junior steps up and makes an impact play. But they bring the excellent outside linebacker off the edge, Kirk, for the sack that time.
Yeah, he's got great length and great speed, and a blitz like this, you just overwhelm the offensive line. They bring one more than they can handle up front. You can't account for everybody. The quarterback, all he could do is eat it.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Down he goes. A sack.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs. It also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
Fourth down and very long, but the offense still on the field. They're going to go. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And they heave it deep downfield. Oh, the pass is picked off. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down. And the Longhorns offense takes the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away, and they finally get things going this time. Handoff from the shotgun. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. Offense getting set. Second down play here. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. And he's got his man open downfield. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Tackled all the way down at the 25-yard line. Suddenly, they're in great position to get points. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. First down and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. He pulls it in for a big gain. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a first and goal. So 3 plays in, this offense has set up a first and goal. Very efficient so far. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Third and goal, looking to throw for it. Makes a quick grab. Touchdown, Texas. This quarterback on fire today. They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. And Kirk, he hung in there a long time, stands and delivers a touchdown strike.
Yeah, he showed incredible toughness there in the pocket by letting the defender come right into him, not affect the throw, and he gets rewarded with a score. That's how to lead an offense by example.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen. That's good coverage there. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they get him down after the completion. The Aggies hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. They'll change the pre-snap look now. To the air. It's Reed. Looks left and finds his target there. Finally out of bounds after a solid game, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. How aggressive will they be on this first down play? There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Ball is incomplete. A lot of heat on that throw. But Kirk, how sweet is it to have the Aggies and Longhorns back together? Realignment has cost us a lot of traditions in the sport, but this one, it's brought back together.
Yeah, thank goodness you have a chance to see these teams on the field together.
And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
And the Aggies will line up to punt it away. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. We've reached the 2-minute warning. We'll have to see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain in that play.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
Trying to create here on the move. It's caught downfield. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Whew, that was pretty. The receiver broke down his defender on that curl against man-to-man coverage. That's how you win one-on-ones.
And looking to throw now on first down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
I'm all for quarterbacks trying to make plays. I love to see the fight in a guy and wants to make a play on every single chance that he can make. But here, when you scramble and you throw the ball way back against your body, you're asking for trouble. He's so lucky that ball didn't get intercepted.
Longhorns lining up here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Lets it go quickly. He makes the grab. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here. The Longhorns will line up here on first down and goal. Scanning the field. It's yours. And it's caught. Touchdown, Longhorns.
You put 5 wide receivers into a formation that puts so much pressure on the defense. Do you have enough guys that can cover? quarterback does such a good job of finding the weakness and exploiting it.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. They've got a choice here in the final minute. Do they get aggressive, try to cut into this lead, or play it safe and point toward the second half? Looking to throw it on first down. He's escaping the pocket now.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Off target and incomplete. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Receiver makes the catch. Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. The catch makes it a more manageable 3rd down. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack. So on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit trying to add 3 points here before halftime. And they will trust the kicker here from 55 yards out. Let's see if he can get it there. Field goal try, no good. Off the miss, the lead is still 14, a 2-possession game. Just time enough for one more play in the half. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he'll fling this one deep down the middle. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Tackle after the pick, and then he'll do it for the first half of play. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, think of all the big-time players who've been a part of this game, and we have a few more vying for that status so far today in an always emotional duel between the Longhorns and the Aggies. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Texas A&M and Texas plays out.
All right, thank you for the update, Kevin. Appreciate it. The Aggies will kick this away to begin the second half. Texas. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. The Longhorns offense takes the field. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. That one takes it across the 30-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that 1st down yardage. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. Longhorns will come to the line to run the hurry up. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Looking downfield. It's yours. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure works. Longhorns will bring their punt team on the field now. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And the punt goes out of bounds. The officials now will mark the spot. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. The back's got it on the pitch. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Tackle made after a big gain. Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Quick throw to his receiver. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch.
Huge gain here by Texas A&M on a perfectly thrown ball and a great play by the wide receiver on the back end. These Texas A&M receivers can hurt you with their speed and execution when they get the ball thrown downfield.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And it's a bunch formation. First down. They're going to throw the football. Grab down the middle. It's Campbell. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. And the Aggies looking to run some tempo here. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. He bought some time, now lets it go. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Urgency now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Bringing pressure. Catch made on the right side. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
The defensive coordinator this week always telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Caught quickly. And they finally tackle him down at the 1. Big gain in the pitch and catch.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the crowd coming to life here trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Trying to find the end zone off the right side. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out and showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Forced to punt last time. Trying to add points, build the lead right here. Opening play of the drive, he looks right for a completion. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
A couple things that really stood out to me here, Chris, on this nice play by the corner. Awareness to be able to see the wide receiver screen, and then the willingness to get involved and run support and make the tackle. Great play.
Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game. The Longhorns come up to the line in a hurry-up.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. But when teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects a team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line. They're moving the receiver now before the snap. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Moore. Oh, and he goes down after a short gain. That's not enough for the first down.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
On the junior, gets home making a sack there.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Pressure coming, and they've got him again. That time it's the free safety getting home on the blitz to blow it up.
But he had a long way to go, and it's a bit of a risk because obviously the free safety is the last line of defense on these long pass plays, and he's coming after that quarterback, and he's got to make sure he gets home quickly to make the play on the QB. Otherwise, you're at risk of giving up a big play through the air. Great job there timing that up.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
And check out how he's been spreading the football around between his targets, getting everybody involved in this game. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who's going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? Here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. To the air, it's Reed. Receiver makes the grab.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board right now to make this a one-possession game.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Owens. And they wrap them up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down. A new set of downs after that completion.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. Grab down the middle. It's Owens.
Well, playing with the lead, good job by this defense to keep the receiver in bounds. Try to keep that clock moving, trying to secure a victory.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. grab near the sticks. It's Moss. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage. This Texas A&M offense is moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw it again. Sophomore trying to make a play, but put too much on the throw. 2nd and 10 here. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught, completion. He's brought down, but the gain moves the ball to the 39.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Scanning the field, it's Reed. Pass caught. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. The ball is caught. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
How about this guy making this throw? I mean, they have harassed him all game long, and here we are in the 4th quarter. He takes another hit, and this time gets enough on it to be able to complete it. Great play by the quarterback.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Makes a quick catch. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Makes the catch. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
The offense stays on the field down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Checks this down to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
The Aggies come to the line in a hurry up. A run to the left, trying to find pay dirt. Touchdown, Texas A&M. This offense really clicking. So here we go, 4th quarter. They cut into the lead, but still work to do.
Well, I think the cool thing is that they're still battling, and they put themselves at least in a position now to possibly come back and maybe, who knows, win this game. It's going to be up to their defense. They've got to get the ball back to have a chance.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. The Longhorns offense takes the field. They got points on the board last time thanks to a long-range field goal. Hand off to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now a timeout taken by the defense trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The Longhorns will line up to kick it away. And you're wondering, could they maybe take a safety here? On the return, it's Golden. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. So it's going to come down to this, Kirk. Can this offense execute when it matters the most?
Chris, it's a rivalry game. It's a 2-minute drill. You work on this all year.
Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? And that's a solid return after the interception.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing you the game.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Now the defense appeared to jump before the snap, and the flag comes out. Defense. And the encroachment penalty moves the ball up a little bit. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the quarterback just takes a knee. Really, everyone on both sides remember for a long time, cricket, it stings to fall short with your arch rival.
Yeah, rivalries are always the ones that hurt the most. You have that game circled on your calendar every year. Some guys